According to reports, Conor Benn has been provisionally suspended by Ukad after finally submitting this 270-page dossier of evidence to them. This apparently occurred on March 15th. Predictably, Conor Benn took to social media and accused Ukad or the British board of leaking this information to the press in order to grab a headline. He's still making out as though he's been hard done by and discriminated against. But as far as I can tell, the only beef the British board have ever had with Conor Benn is one which he created himself. It was entirely of his own making. Other British fighters who failed PED tests, such as Dillian Whyte and Amir Khan, cooperated fully with Ukad and the British board with regards to their investigation process. But Conor Benn didn't. He refused to cooperate, and not only that, he dragged the British board's name through the mud and actually threatened to sue them. And yet he wonders why they're less happy with him than they were with Dillian Whyte or Amir Khan. I mean, it's not rocket science, bruv. By being belligerent, Conor Benn may have shot himself in the foot here as well, because the suspension came into force on March 15th. Therefore, if he gets found guilty and banned, the ban will only be backdated to that date. Whereas if he'd accepted an immediate suspension, like Amir Khan apparently did, any ban would be backdated to that date instead, meaning he would have already served whatever it is, 9 months, 8 months of a ban by now. All Conor Benn has done really is delay the inevitable and make himself look very, very bad in the process. If Conor Benn somehow is actually innocent, and I'm not saying that he is, but if that were the case, I've never before seen an innocent person do such a fantastic job of making themselves look guilty. Even Eddie Hearn has been parroting the same nonsense about Conor Benn being hard done by and treated unfairly, drawing comparisons to the Amir Khan situation. But again, Khan didn't make a massive song and dance at the time when he was suspended. He didn't try and drag the British board's name through the mud. He cooperated with the investigation process. As far as I can tell, all the British board have done with regards to Conor Benn is their job. And the behavior of Benn and his promoter Eddie Hearn has been absolutely shocking. Eddie Hearn tried to go ahead with a fight after his guy tested positive twice. He claims he couldn't pull the plug, that there were no provisions in the contract that would allow him to do so. He was challenged on this by Simon Jordan when they faced off on TalkSport a few weeks ago. And while Eddie Hearn actually admitted that there had been fighters in the past that he's worked with that had provisions in their contract whereby if their conduct brought the name of Matchroom into disrepute, Matchroom would be able to terminate the contract. But he went on to claim that no such provision was present in Conor Benn's contract. And obviously we're not privy to any of the paperwork, so what can we do but take Eddie Hearn's word for it? Personally, I don't believe him, but that's just me. As boxing fans, we know the promoters pull shows all the time, and very often for spurious reasons. If ticket sales aren't going well, for example, a show might get pulled, but they never cite poor ticket sales as the official reason for it. There are lots of loopholes that promoters can use to pull a show, and they don't end up getting sued by the fighters who are supposed to be on the show. But yet in this instance, Eddie Hearn wants us to believe that nothing could be done regarding the Conor Benn Eubank Jr. show. That had to go ahead, and Eddie and Kalle Sauerland were powerless to stop it. I don't buy it at all. So that was shocking from Eddie Hearn. And then the fact that he has defended the behavior of his client, Conor Benn, who has refused to cooperate with the British board and UKAD's investigation process, dragged their name through the mud, threatened to sue them, and all this carry on. And Eddie Hearn has given Conor Benn carte blanche to behave like this. Conor Benn is facing a potential ban, but the more I think about it, the more I feel as though Eddie Hearn should be punished for his role in all this as well. It shouldn't just stop at Conor Benn, but promoters like Eddie Hearn are probably too powerful to impose any serious punishment on. He generates too much revenue for the UK boxing industry. He has too much sway. There are too many people eating off Eddie Hearn, getting paid by Eddie Hearn. I'm talking about in an official capacity here, not brown envelopes or anything like that. Benn claims he's still free to fight overseas, but that remains to be seen because there have been reports that the British Boxing Board of Control have been in contact with governing bodies in other countries, apparently convincing them not to license Conor Benn. Benn may be discovering that the British board have got a longer reach and greater influence than he initially realized. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you guys think about this situation in the comment section below.